This is a Spark Foundation internship project that I have made. This is a project as specified, and this aims to predict the score of a student on the basis of number of hours they have studied. And this is the code that I have made. And in this, the first step that we did was to input all the necessary packages for data pre-processing and visualization, which was pandas to read the data frame, and then numpy to for numerical manipulation and processing, and cborn as SNS for data visualization to determine what kind of algorithm we are going to use here. So the data we have in the second cell, we have read the data, which is read student scores, and now we have displayed this data. This is a data set that I had received from the website that I am doing internship, with the company that I am doing internship, and this is the data set that I had received. Moving on, this is the plotting that I have done, and it is a linear regression plot with its slope and scatter plot as well, to understand what kind of algorithm we can apply here. And clearly it is visible that we can apply here linear regression, and we don't need to search or look for any other algorithm, because this algorithm will provide the best efficiency. Moving on, we plot this data. This is the graph we got, and then we move on to training our model. Train our model and predict the results. So this is the next code which we are going to do, which is setting up the model. And for this we use sklearn dot linear model package. Sklearn is a package in which linear model is a sub package, and from that we import linear regression. We initialized an object called model with linear regression function call, and we reprocessed our data as a data frame, and we did the feature selection where x and y will be our variables that will be used to train the data, which we did here in the line number 4, where we took x as our column of data and then converted into a data frame, because the model requires a data frame and not a list, and then y, where we have extracted scores from the data that we read as a CSV file and then converted it to a data frame. Same reason we need a data frame type in order to process our data and train our model properly. We did this, and then we imported from sklearn dot model selection train test split. Now this train test split does what is that um, it splits your data set into training set and testing set on the basis of the sample size of training or testing, whatever you choose as a parameter, and then splits it into x and y variables of training and testing, so that automatically, so that you can train your model on the basis of the training set, and on the basis of testing set or the unknown cases, you check how accurate your model is. So we did that here. We took 4 variables: x train, x test, y train, y test, and then we train, test, and split it using x comma y comma train size equals to 0.77, which is the most efficient size for my computer system, where it provides over 98% of accuracy. And then we fit this model. We fit the values in the model, which is the training values of x and y, and then finally we predicted using the test case of x. We predicted y on the basis of the x test cases and converted into a data frame. Moving on, we now compare these values with the test cases to know how close we are, what is the mean absolute error of this model. Then we finally move on, where we see what is the score of our model, the R2 score, or the R2 score as we say it in linear regression, and this shows the linear R2 score of the model, which is here 0.9841. The range is live from 0 to 1, and 0.98 is a very good score for the model, which shows that our train test split is on the most efficient size, and there is no case of overfitting or underfitting in this case. Finally, as mentioned on the task, for a random value of 9.5 hours, if a student has studied for 9.5 hours, we want to see what score he has got, and we pass this as a 2D array because it is the requirement of the model, and then we predicted the sample, and this is the output that we got. So this was the project that I made for the Sparks Foundation, and it was a great learning experience. And all the projects that I received from the Sparks Foundation, the list of the projects, I'm going to do it all in the meantime. Thank you.